What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back, ready to talk about some hoops. Thank you very much for tuning in today and joining me, because I want to talk about the Knicks and the Celtics. Because the Knicks recently eliminated the Detroit Pistons from the NBA playoffs in 6 games, and the Celtics have been waiting for them after the Celtics eliminated the Magic in 5 games. So the two teams are meeting in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs on Monday night, so tomorrow. And the Celtics are the heavy favorite to win the series at -800. Knicks are plus 550. And I want to talk about if the Knicks can realistically make it past the Boston Celtics and advance to the conference finals. Personally, I think the Celtics are going to take the series, but the Celtics have been getting kind of banged up recently. Obviously, Jaylen Brown had a couple of injuries. He dislocated a finger. Jason Tatum had a wrist issue. Drew Holiday was dealing with a hamstring issue. He's questionable right now. He's a game-time decision, but he's probably going to play in the game tomorrow, I would imagine. Porzingis had to get 6 stitches in his forehead. They were getting banged up by the Magic. And Jalen Brunson, had a couple of, injury scares during the Pistons series as well. He had a rolled ankle that kind of got him going back to the locker room, and they came right back out. So I think he's fine. He'll probably be okay. But if both teams are healthy, right, and everyone's able to play, I think the Celtics are going to take this series in probably 5 games. I don't think this is going to be a very long series. And I just think the Celtics have too much height at every position, and they have too much just consistency. I don't think they're going to come up short in a lot of these games. I think Jason Tatum is going to be extremely hard for anyone on that team to guard, whether it's Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby or Josh Hart. I just don't think you're going to be able to stop Tatum. He's averaging 31.2 points per game and 11.2 rebounds per game right now in the playoffs. So, not to mention 5.3 assists, 1.5 steals. So, the dude's really playing, at an elevated level above where he was at in the regular season. So, he's locking in for sure. Jaylen Brown's also averaging 23 points a game. You got Derek White averaging 17.2 a game. Porzingis is only averaging 12. He's going to have to step that up. Drew Holiday's at 10. Peyton Pritchard's at 9.2. Al Horford at 7 points a game. And then you kind of drop off from there. Sam Hauser really hasn't been having a good playoff so far. He needs to step up and just hit more shots. He's not really playing a ton, though. Only 15 minutes a night. So we'll see what happens. But Peyton Pritchard's definitely going to step up too. 9.2 points in 27 minutes. He's got to play like he did throughout the regular season. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of come out game 1. Obviously, game 1's going to be in Boston. Game 2's in Boston. And then they go to New York for 3 and 4. And then back and forth every game after that. But Jaylen Brown's shooting 44% from 3. Porzingis is shooting horribly, 11.8% from 3, shooting 35% overall. So that Magic series was not good for him. If he can step it up, I don't see this series being tough for them at all. I also like how Porzingis has the ability to draw Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson outside of the paint due to his shooting ability, his offensive versatility. So that's going to be useful for the Celtics, so it opens up the lane for guys like Derek White, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown to all drive and put pressure on the rim. The thing with the Knicks is, Karl-Anthony Towns had a couple of moments in the Pistons series where he just kind of disappeared. I felt like in Game 6 he really wasn't showing up that much, and then towards the end he kind of locked in, and he had games where he was really locking in, hitting threes back to back, just doing a lot of good stuff on the court. But Jalen Brunson's averaging 31.5 points per game in the playoffs so far. So he's not shooting a great percentage, 43.6%, and then 33% from 3. It's not horrible, but to beat the Celtics, he's going to have to do better than that if no one else is really going to elevate what they've been doing so far. They have a decent scoring rotation, but it's like after Josh Hart. So basically after their starting five, their bench is just not doing much at all, right? Deuce McBride averaging 3.8 points per game. Cam Payne, 3.7. Mitchell Robinson, 3.7. He's getting 5.7 boards, though. And obviously, he's more of a defensive asset than anything. Landry Shamet's averaging half a point in 4 games played. So Tibbs is just not going to play guys. Like, Tibbs is only playing the starters. Jalen Brunson's playing 40 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns playing 38 minutes. OG's playing 42. Mikhail's playing 38 and a half. Josh Hart's playing 37.2. So I think, Karl's averaging like 20 and 10. So, and he's shooting good percentages. He just has to take more shots. Like, Jalen Brunson's averaging 25 shots a game. I think Brunson can do that, but Karl's got to take, he's taking the same amount of shots as OG, basically. OG's taking 14.2 a game, and Karl's taking 15. I would rather have Karl taking 20 and OG taking 10, right? I think if you do that, you're allowing more room for Karl to flow into the offense. Even if he's having a rough night, he's going to take more shots. He's going to get into the rhythm of things sooner or later, right? That's just, he's too good to not. And with the percentages that he's shooting, you have to let him do that. I mean, OG is shooting 35% from 3. Karl's shooting 48, right? I would just let him go at it. Mikhail's doing all right. I think the whole team just has to step up their corner shots. There was like some stat that like from the corner 3 in the Pistons series, they're shooting like 25% or something crazy like that through, I don't know if it's like the 4th or 5th game. But Tibbs is clearly not going to play a lot of guys. This is going to be a very hard series for the Knicks to win just with their starters. So realistically, do they make it past the Celtics? Probably not. Does this game go more than 5 games, like I said initially? Very, very much so possible. I could see it going 6. I would be surprised if it goes 7. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But I think the Knicks are definitely going to win at least a game in this series. It's not going to be as physical as the Pistons series for them. That's just my opinion. But I don't think they're going to be able to stop Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And frankly, Derek White. Derek White has just been unbelievable. This postseason and last postseason. The guy is seriously just like exactly what the Celtics needed. It's hard for me to say that the Knicks can make it past the series. I just think the Celtics are beating them in terms of height. They're beating them in terms of versatility. The real thing that the Celtics need in order to really lock this up quick is they need Porzingis to play better. And if Porzingis plays better, it's a lock for the Celtics to move on to the conference finals. I really don't think there's much else to say about it. But let me know what you guys think. Want to know your thoughts. So if you're a Knicks fan, if you're a Celtics fan, if you're just an NBA fan, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about the series and how it's going to turn out, how many games you think it's going to take, who do you think is going to come away moving on to the next round. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to catch you later, guys. Peace.